Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangiro Namare. Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Sehaya Mar Pran Re. Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Sehaya Mar Pran Re. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangiro Namare. Gauranga Boliya, Dubaho Tuliya, Nachiya Nachiya Bidao Re. Gauranga Boliya, Dubaho Tuliya, Nachiya Nachiya Bidao Re. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangiro Namare. Gauranga Bajile, Gauranga Chapile Hai, Dochera Apashan Re. Gauranga Bajile, Gauranga Chapile Hai, Dochera Apashan Re. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, La Gaurangiro Namare. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangiro Namare. Jai Jana Gauranga Bhaje, Sehaya Mar Pran Re. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, Mataji, can you read the translation? Racheta Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Worship Lord Gauranga, chant Gauranga, just speak about Lord Gauranga only. Those who worship Lord Gauranga is indeed my life and soul. Chanting Gauranga, go out with your arms raised, dancing and dancing. By chanting Gauranga and worshipping him, one's miseries will end. Hare Krishna. Mataji?
Yes, so we have to chant Gauranga's name. Yes, we have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra also, but then it is also said you have to chant Gauranga. So when you chant Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gauranga, which is the Panchakta mantra, they are actually chanting Gauranga. So Nityananda Prabhu says worship Gauranga, chant Gauranga, speak about Gauranga, and only those worship Gauranga is indeed Nityananda Prabhu's life and soul. We become very dear to Nityananda Prabhu. Chanting Gauranga, go out with your arms raised, dancing. By chanting Gauranga and worshipping him, one's miseries will end. Dukera Abhishanare. So this is a very nice song, Bhaja Gauranga. So in Kali Yuga, they are the Yuga avatars, no Gaurnitais. Thank you so much, Mataji. So let's start with Matsya avatar, Hare Krishna. So in Dashavatar, Stotra by Jayadev Goswami, you can see that someone called, Ajay Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining, Prabhu. You have the...
Actually, I'm in a remote village, so...
here, do you have the attendance form with you, Prabhu?
Yes, I am now...
Just post it and then you can leave.
No, I am here with Mataji. I thought that Meenakshi Mataji will come, so...
Yeah, no problem. Can you send it to me, the direct message in the chat, the attendance link? After that, you leave, Prabhu, no problem. Because if you have network issue...
Mataji, I have already sent to you, and also I am sharing
in WhatsApp?
Chat also. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, just share it in the chat. No?
Yes,
so that I can. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you. Okay. So everyone can fill the form, and then might be Meenakshi Mataji had some emergency. That's fine. No problem. I just want the attendance form. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining. Thank you.
Mataji, I am here with my mother. So
okay. You take care. You can leave, Prabhu. The attendance, are you all able to fill it? Can someone confirm?
Yes, I have already checked it now.
Checked it. Thank you so much. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you. You can
Yes,
leave.
madam.
Hare. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so you saw Dashavatar Stotra by Jayadev Goswami. We can see that we have Matsya Avatar in the beginning. Okay, it's just in the order. Okay, so let's see the Matsya Avatar. So we'll see how the Lord came in the fish incarnation form. So the Dashavatar Stotra by Jayadev Goswami says, Pralaya prayodi jale tritavana shivedam vihita vahitra charitramaketam keshavadrita amina sharira Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. O Keshava, O Lord of Universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a fish, Meena Sharira, all glories to you. You easily acted as a boat in form of a giant fish, just to give protection to the Vedas, which had become immersed in the turbulent sea of devastation. So we'll see there are two incarnations of fish incarnation. So Lord has come for two purposes. We'll see why he came in the form of a fish. And Keshavadruda Meena Sharira. Put in the chat who's Keshava. Put the chat to the host. Who's Keshava? It says Keshavadruda Meena Sharira. So who has come as Meena Sharira? It's Keshava. Who's Keshava? Rachita Mataji. Keshava. Yeah. Who killed the Keshi demon? Who have killed the Keshi demon? Krishna, right? Yeah, who killed Keshi? No, see, many are having this confusion. Sarbani Mataji says Vishnu and Rachita Mataji initially said Narayan. No. Yeah, everyone got right. See, Krishna is Avatari, okay? And he is Keshava. He killed the Keshi demon. So Keshava has come as Meena. So don't think all the Dashavatar is from, it's from Kshirodashai Vishnu, but then mainly it's coming from Krishna himself. So Krishna has come as Meena Sharira. Okay, that's why it doesn't say Keshavadrita Krishna Sharira. It's Keshavadrita Buddha Sharira. You won't see Krishna in the Dashavatar Sutra because Krishna is Avatari himself, right? So it said Keshavadrita Meena Sharira. First, we should take this thing out from our mind because nowadays many are having confusion. So once you go through the Goloka chart, you know. So now what happened? Matsya, the Lord's fish incarnation, we'll see that how he came as a big fish and he protected someone in the boat. And also there are two incarnations. One is this. There was two incarnations of the fish. The Lord appeared as for the one first incarnation, fish incarnation, to save the Vedas by killing Hayagriva, sorry. And he assumed another fish incarnation to show favor to King Satyavrata. So today we'll be explaining more of the King Satyavrata. The first incarnation, he came to save the Vedas. Because the Hayagriva demon, he took the Vedas and he was hiding it. And then the Lord came in a fish form so that it can be taken from the Hayagriva demon. And he took it back. The second was to save King Satyavrata. We'll see how he came as Matsya form. There's a story of how the Lord once incarnated as a fish. It happened because first incarnation is like this. Brahma lost the Vedas, which was stolen by an asura called Hayagriva, who lived at the bottom of the sea. So who can go to the bottom of this ocean? A fish. So since a fish is the best animal for living in the water, Krishna took the form of a fish to get back the Vedas. So twice, Srimad Bhagavatam explains, the Lord came as the fish incarnation of Matsya. Like twice he came as Varahadev. One is to save Mother Earth. The second was to kill Hiranyaksha. So like similarly, in Matsya form or Meena Sharira also Krishna came in the two way. One is to save the Vedas because Vedas were taken by Hayagriva demon and he was inside the ocean. So the Lord came in a form of fish so that he can go inside, kill the demon and took back the Vedas. That's it. So that incarnation is just a small one. The second one is, we'll see what happened after that. So this is the first one. So you can see in the 8th canto. Kalena gata nitrasya dhatu Shisha Bali Mukhato Nishritan Vedan Hayagrivo Antike Aharat. At the end of Brahma's day, when Brahma fell sleepy and decided to lie down, the Vedas were emanating from his mouth, and the great demon named Hayagriva stole the Vedic knowledge. Yatvata Dhanavendrasya Hayagrivasya Cheshtitam Dadhara Safari Spuram Rupam Bhagavan Haririshvaraha. Understanding the acts of the great demon Hayagriva, the Supreme Personality called Hari, who is full of all opulences, assumed the form of fish and saved the Vedas by killing the demon. So he took back the Vedas by killing the Hayagriva demon. So that was the first incarnation of the Lord. So the Lord came in two forms in Matsya. One is to save the Vedas because Hayagriva demon took it and the Lord went inside the ocean. So the Lord came in a fish form, killed the demon, took back the Vedas. That was first fish incarnation. First incarnation is in the 8th canto again. It's to save Satyavrata. Okay, that's a king. We'll see what happened there. Ekata Krita Purvato Jalatarpadam Tasyanjali Udakhe Kashit Chapari Ekavya Padyata. There once lived a king named Satyavrata, and he was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu, and daily he worshipped him. One day, when he was doing his daily worship, a tiny fish seemed to get caught in his water pot. So sometimes we go to the rivers and then my Ganges, Yamuna and all, we take some water, maybe in the pot, and you throw back to the river itself. It's like kind of a worshipping, or might be in your hand and they throw back. Right? Who is the one who went into a river and was taking a dip, and his hand, so many shalagram shilas came? Can someone raise the hand or put in the chat? Who was that? I'll give a clue. Some of Goswami. He's one of the Goswamis of Vrindavan who went to a river and he was taking a dip and he got so many shilas in his hand. I'll give one more clue. Not Sanatana Goswami. And from one of the shila came the beautiful Radharaman deity, the darling of Vrindavan. Who is that? Goswami. Yeah, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Gopal Bhatta Pranadhana Re Jaya Radha Ramana Radha Ramana Radhe Radhe. Gopal Bhatta Pranadhana. So Gopal Bhatta, I just remembered that. It has no connection, but I just remembered. So what happened? Satyavrata king, he was worshipping the river, and then in a pot, small fish. Okay, it was a small fish that came into the water pot. Then what happened? It started increasing its size. Satu tatraika ratrena Vardhamana Kamandalo Alabdha Alabdvatma Vakamsham Va Idam Aha Mahipatim. But in one night, that fish grew so much that he could not move his body comfortably in the water of the pot. He then spoke to the king as follows. So first he took the fish in the pond and it was like small. So he put it in a water pot. We all have sometimes aquarium in a form of a pot, and the fish was inside the pot and it became so big that it could not move in the pot. Then the fish started speaking. So it's not a normal fish. Normal fish can't speak. Now what did he say? Naham kamandalav asmin krichram vastum iho shahe kalpaya suvipulam yatraham nivashe shukham. Oh my dear king, I do not like living in this water pot with such great difficulty. Therefore, please find some better reservoir of water where I can live comfortably. So he is not able to fit into it. Now, sometimes we give this food to the fishes in the aquarium. They hardly grow a little bit. But then this fish, in one day, one night, it became so big that, and it started speaking to the king. I'm not comfortable. I can't move. Just put me in somewhere a bigger one. So he put in a well or something. Sa enam tada adhaya nyadhat audana chanodake tatra kshipta mupurtena hastatrayam avardhada. Then taking the fish out of the water pot, the king threw him in a large well. But within a moment, the fish developed the length of 3 cubits. In the sense, he was full. He took a fish from the pot and put in the well. And in the well, he became so big, the size of the well. And he could not move again. And that happened in a moment. Within a moment, it happened. Like a magic. Tata adhyaya saratnya kshipta rajan sarovare tad avrityatmana. So I am maha mino anavavardhada. Oh Maharaj Parikshit. The king took the fish from the well and threw him in a lake. But the fish then assumed a gigantic form exceeding the extent of the water. So first it was in the water pot, then he went to the well. From well, he took into a lake. But again, he was becoming big. Now, who is speaking this to whom? Someone is calling Parikshit Maharaj. So who is speaking this to whom? I've unmuted everyone. Who's telling this story to whom?
Mataji, I can try. This is Shukdev Goswami to
Yeah,
Parikshit.
Shukdev Goswami. Very good. Yeah, it's Shukdev Goswami who's reciting Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj is just hearing, what all happened, Krishna's different incarnations. So he is telling, Shukdev Goswami is telling to Maharaj Parikshit what happened, the fish incarnation of the Lord. So first it was in the water pot, then it became big, he put into the well, and from there it became big, put into a lake. And there also the fish became big. Now what did the king do? Iti uktaso anayan matsyam tatra tatra vidhashini jalasye asammitam tam samudre prakshipat jasam. King Satyavrata took the fish to the largest reservoir of water. But when that also proved insufficient, the king at last threw the gigantic fish into the ocean. Because ocean is unlimited, you can't measure it, and then any big fish, it's happy in the ocean. Sharks and whales, you can see big ones in the ocean. So first it was water pot, then to the well, then to the river, and finally he took him to the largest reservoir, which is the ocean. So it is said when that was so it took him to the largest reservoir, then to the ocean, finally to the ocean. So now there's a question here. If the fish incarnation has become so big, how did Satyavrata Muni take him from a lake and throw him in the ocean? So that means it's really big fish. Can Satyavrata king alone lift the fish? What would have happened here? Yes, Rajata Mataji?
Mataji, I was like thinking, maybe he might have used some help.
No. He was alone.
So maybe he was following, the fish was moving on its own, and he was following the Lord.
King can't, the fish can't move from a well to a lake, no? Someone has to take the fish and then put it.
No idea, Mataji.
Yeah, someone else can guess. Sumit.
So Mataji, the fish became lighter when Maharaj was.
Very nice.
Because
what's
it's Lord,
that siddhi called? So what is it called? Lagima siddhi. Yeah, because you were telling something. Because Prabhu?
Nothing, Mataji.
Yeah, right. Very nice. That's the answer. Krishna can become lighter than the lightest, heavier than the heaviest for his devotees. Satyavrata king was his devotee. Like, for example, Jagannath Puri Radhayatra, when the Radhaya stopped in front of Bhakti Vinoda Thakur's house, and it didn't move for 3 days. Big elephants came and pulled the Radha. It didn't move. Then Bhakti Vinoda Thakur's wife took the young Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, some 6 months old baby, and went, and when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur tried to put his hand to touch Jagannath's feet, then a garland fell from Lord Jagannath to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and after that, when his mother got down, Jagannath moved. Or sometimes in Radhayatra, Jagannath gets stuck and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes behind the cart and just put his head there and it starts moving. So Krishna can become lighter than the lightest, heavier than the heaviest. That's called Lagima Siddhi. There are Ashta Siddhis for the Lord. Not only the yogis also have that. They become lighter than the lightest. So once somebody met Srila Prabhupada and said, I can fly in the air. I can become lighter than the lightest and I can fly in the air. So many years I did so much yoga practice and I got the Siddhi. It's like a Siddhi. There are 8 Siddhis: Anima, Lagima, Mahima, Prapti and all. So Anima means you can become smaller than the smallest. Mahima means you can become greater than the greatest. Lagima means lighter than the lightest. So the yogi also said that. So many years I practiced and he was so proud that he can fly. The Prabhupada was like, even mosquitoes fly in the air. And he said, the yogi said, no, I can go to any country by flying. Prabhupada was like, I can take a flight and just go any country. I didn't have to waste so much of years getting the Siddhi. And another person came and said, I can walk over the water. I can become lighter than the lightest and I can walk over the water and cross the rivers. So Prabhupada said, I can also pay some 10 rupees to the boatman. He can take me across the ocean. I don't have to do a lot of meditation and get the Siddhi. Why are you wasting your time. Chant Hare Krishna. So the Siddhi, Ashtasiddhis and all, it's not attracted for a devotee. For yogis, great yogis have these. Krishna can become lighter than the lightest, smaller than the smallest. How did Lord Varahadev come? From the nostrils of Brahma. He became so small, he came out and he became huge. Vamanadev was just a do-off, then he became so huge. So Krishna can become greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest. He can enter into Uttara's womb and protect Maharaj Parikshit, and also can enter into the atom. Right? Krishna can become lighter than the lightest. So here, Matsya is avatar, is not a normal fish, it's transcendental, Sachidananda. So Krishna became, the Lord became, the Matsya avatar became so light that Satyavrata king can put just left it. So for a devotee, but for a non-devotee, Krishna becomes so strong that he cannot be moved. And then what happened? He threw him into the ocean. You can see the golden form of a fish in the ocean. Nunam tvam bhagavan sakshat dharir narayano avyaya anugrahaya putanam dache rupam jalaukasham. My Lord, you are certainly the inexhaustible supreme personality of Godhead, Narayan Sri Hari. It is to show your mercy to the living entities that you have now assumed the form of an aquatic. Okay, so now Satyavrata Muni, King Satyavrata could understand this is not a normal fish. How can a normal fish become bigger, lighter than the lightest, and he could throw it to the ocean? So he's like, you're not a normal person, you are the supreme personality of God and Lord himself. Why? Yes, Sumit Prabhu. Okay. So why he is saying this? He understood that it's not a normal fish, it's the Lord himself. Only a Lord can do this. So he understood. So the Lord replied, in 7 days, the world will be plunged into great flood of devastation. A large boat will come to you then. Now collect all the herbs, plants, seeds, and trees, and all kind of animals. Take them and the 7 rishis with you in the boat. When the storms rock the boat, tie it up with the serpent Vasuki to my horn. Do not be afraid. I will support the boat during the flood and will give you transcendental knowledge. So why did the Lord come in the form of a fish? So that pralaya will come, flood. Okay, it's going to be flood all over. And then the Lord said, you collect all the herbs and the 7 rishis and all, come into the boat, take a boat. And what do? The boat, you should tie it with a serpent Vasuki. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Vasuki, the snake, is also Krishna only. Where else did you see Vasuki? Did you come across Vasuki? Does anyone know? Where else Vasuki was seen? Give a clue.
Mataji, during the Samudra Manthan.
Ocean churning.
Yeah, churning of the milk ocean or Samudra Manthan. Very good. So Mandara mountain was kept on back of Kurma Dev. Lord came as Kurma, the tortoise, and the Mandara mountain was kept on top, and the demons and demigods were churning on either sides. Next week we'll see Kurma Avatar. So that time we'll see. So the Mandara mountain was on top, and the Lord and the demons and demigods were on either side, and it was tied with the Vasuki, the rope. It was the rope used was Vasuki for the churning of the milk ocean, and all the Amrita, everything came out, right? So yes, so Serpent Vasuki. So what did Lord say? Pralaya will come, flood will come. So what you do is take a boat, get all the herbs and animals and the rishis and all, sit inside the boat, and you tie the boat to the horn of the snake. I mean the fish. Sorry. So what happens? You can see later in the picture that there will be a horn. Where is it? So you can see here, there will be the fish incarnation, and there's a small horn like this, not horn, like a kind of for the fish. And then the boat, he said, get all the rishis and with the herbs, and King Satyavrata sat with the boat, and with Vasuki, you can see this is Vasuki, the snake used to tie the Lord. Okay, and then he will save him from flood or the devastation. So this is the advice he got. So what did the king do? Trilokyam liyamanayam samvartam vaitada upastasyati naukashit vishala tvam mayeritama. When all 3 worlds merge into the water, a large boat sent by me will appear before you. So boat also Krishna only is sending. Okay, he says the boat will be sent to you. And then what you do? Dodhyumanam tam navam samirena baliyasa upashtistasya me shringe nibandnihi mahanhina. Then as the boat is tossed about by the powerful winds, attach the vessel of my horn by the means of a great serpent Vasuki, for I shall be present by your side. So the Lord said, don't worry, I'll send the boat when the pralaya comes. You sit in the boat and tie the boat to the horn, okay, of that the snake. and the vessel attached to my horn, to the fish, and then by serpent Vasuki, and then you will be protected, don't worry. And Krishna will be on the side. So then what happened? Satyavrata did as he was told, and in 7 days the flood started. There was terrific storms, and the clouds poured water down on the earth. You could no longer see the earth or heaven. All was water. The king and the 7 sages sat in the boat in deep meditation. Where else Pralaya happened? And the Lord came in a particular beautiful form to give darshan. When Pralaya happened, and the Lord asked, because the devotee wanted to see the Maya form of the Lord, and the Lord came in like a small Balam Mugandam Manasa Smarami in a leaf. Krishna was licking its toe. Remember? That was also Pralaya. To whom did Krishna show that beautiful form? As he is sleeping on the banyan tree leaf and licking his toe. No idea? Markandeya Rishi. To Markandeya Rishi, when he's asked, he wanted to see Krishna's Maya Shakti, Krishna created Pralaya, and so much flood was happening that everyone is drowning. Markandeya Rishi was also drowning, and Krishna came in a small leaf of a banyan tree leaf, and he was a small baby there, licking his own toe of the leg. So what was Krishna doing? Kararavindera padaravindam mukharavindena viniveshayandam vattasya patrasya pudeshayanam bhalam mukundam manasa smarami. Krishna was licking his own toe. Why? Because Krishna is thinking, everyone is behind my lotus feet, lotus feet, lotus feet. Nectar, they want to drink the nectar of my lotus feet. What is so sweet about my lotus feet? Let me taste myself. And Krishna put his toe in his mouth and he started licking. Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavad that he started licking. So then suddenly what happened? The Markandeya Rishi was about to catch the baby, the baby Krishna, and then everything disappeared and the Pralaya was over and Markandeya Rishi was standing in front of his hut. Then he realized, oh, this is the Maya Shakti of the Lord. So Pralaya happens when devastation happens, like when the Kali Yuga ends. After every Yuga, there will be Pralaya or devastation, either total devastation or partial devastation. That time Pralaya happens. So Pralaya happened, and then what happened? The boat came, and you can see with Vasuki, it was tied to the horn of the fish. This is the golden form of the Lord as Matsya avatar, and it was tied, and the boat was protected. So the Lord came to save his devotee. So Anudhyatas tato rajna pradurshan maharnave ega shringadharo matsyo haimo niyudayo jana. Yes, Rajata Mataji.
I wanted to ask, what is the nectar from the Lord's lotus feet? What is the meaning of it?
Nectar means, see, everyone likes to taste the nectar of the holy name or taste the nectar of Krishna's pastimes, no? So Krishna's nectar of his lotus feet means chanting the holy name. What is the nectar, the rasa, the ruchi that you can get when you come in association with Krishna, like that? Like a pure devotee in a bhava stage or a prema stage, they have started enjoying the nectar. So we have Shraddha, Sadhasanga, Bhajana Kriya, right? Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Asakti, Ruchi. That Ruchi, that taste they start getting. So the nectar is nothing but Krishna's, everyone says Krishna's lotus feet is like nectar, and we need to taste that nectar in the sense glorifying Krishna. How the taste you get when hearing the pastimes of Krishna, when you associate with Krishna's holy name and his devotees. That's it, Mataji. So Krishna was like, oh, why everyone is saying that I'm so sweet, Krishna is so sweet, and Adharam Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Madhuradhipati, Akhilam Madhuram. Everyone is telling I'm so sweet, my face is sweet, eyes are sweet. There is Madhurashtaka written about me. So what is so sweet about me? So Krishna wanted to taste his own nectar, like that. Like how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know his own sweetness, no? Sweetness of Krishna. So that's why. Okay. So like that. Okay, then what happened is, then while the king constantly meditated upon the Supreme Personality Godhead, a large golden fish appeared in the ocean of inundation. The fish had one horn and was 8 million miles long. It was not a normal fish. Does any fish take this much size? 8 million miles long it was, the size of the fish, and it came in one horn. King Satyavrata prayed, "Oh Lord, just as a gold loses its impurity when it comes in contact with fire, so the living being loses its ignorance when he worships you. Please give me knowledge of you and cut the ignorance from my heart. And as Satyavrata listened, the Supreme Lord gave him spiritual knowledge. So he prayed for the knowledge, and Satyavrata king got spiritual knowledge from the Lord. Purana Samhidam Divyam Sankhya Yoga Kriyavatim Satya Bharatasya Rajarsher Atma Kuhyam Asheshataha. The Supreme Personality God thus explained to King Satyavrata the spiritual science known as Sankhya Yoga, the science by which one distinguishes between matter and spirit, in other words, Bhakti Yoga, along with the instructions contained in the Puranas, the old histories, and the Samhitas. The Lord explained himself in all these literatures. So, what did he teach him? The Sankhya Yoga, which is spoke by Kapila Dev to his mother Devahuti. That's between matter and spirit. And also of Bhakti Yoga, and also about Samhitas and Puranas and other literatures. Everything was taught by the Lord to King Satyavrata. Ashraushed Rishibhim Bhi Sakham Atma Tattvam Asamshayam Navye Asino Bhagavata Proktam Brahma Sanatanam. While sitting in the boat, King Satyavrata, accompanied by great saintly persons, listened to the instructions of the Supreme Personality Godhead in regard to self-realization. These instructions were all from the eternal Vedic literature, Brahma, and thus the king and the sages had no doubt about the absolute truth. So he started hearing, Satyavrata king heard everything from the Lord and got self-realization. Satyavaratasya Rajarsher Maya Matsya Sarnigina Samivatam Mahat Akhyanam Shutva Mucheda Kilbishar. The story concerning the great King Satyavrata and fish incarnation of the Supreme Personality Godhead Vishnu is a great transcendental narration. Anyone who hears it gets delivered from the reactions of sinful life. This is called Shruti Phala. So here it is said, yes, the fish incarnation from Vishnu, that's Kshirodaya Vishnu, who in turn is Keshava, right? So that's why people get confused. Oh, Vishnu only took the Dashavatar, the avatars. But that's Kshirodaya Vishnu who takes it. But Kshirodaya Vishnu is also an expansion coming from Krishna. So it's Keshavadrita Malsya Sharira. That's what we say. Okay. So anyone who hears this pastime, what will you get? You get delivered from the reactions of sinful life. Hari Bol. This is called Shruti Phala. After reading every pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam, the last page will be Shruti Phala. What is the benefit of hearing the narration? So this is what, so twice Krishna came in Matsya form. One is to save the Vedas from Hayagriva. Second, to save King Satyavrata and give him transcendental knowledge. Avataram hariryo ayam kirtayat avanaham nara sankalpastasya siddhyanti sayati paramam gatim. One who narrates this description of Matsya incarnation and King Satyavrata will certainly have all his ambitions fulfilled, and he will undoubtedly return home back to Godhead. So if you want to go back to Godhead, tell this story to somebody. Maybe you hear this and you can tell your children, tell your spouse, or you tell your friends and relatives. And then what happened? We can go back home, back to Godhead. That's the easiest way, no? Just talk about the Lord and go back. Easiest way. Machitta madgada prana bodayanda parasparam kadayanda shamam nityam tushyanti charamancha. So 10th chapter 9th sloka Krishna says, and when the devotees get together, they talk about me, they converse about me, and by doing that, what happens? We become so happy and we can go back to Krishna. Okay, so Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Small chapter about Matsya incarnation. We have not covered the whole thing. When you go to the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, you can get the detailed description. That's the 24th chapter, and even the previous chapters, I think 22 from there. So there's a lot of details given, and Srila Prabhupada's perfect. We have just taken the main part from the past texts. So what is the moral of the story is, to save the devotees, Krishna can come in even in a form of a fish. So Malsya Sharira, even form of fish, Krishna can appear and he can deliver the devotees. Oh, the Vedas are saved from the Lord in Matsya form. That's the first part, Prabhu. That when Hayagriva demon took the Vedas from Brahma. So the Vedas are coming from the four mouth of the Brahma, Samavedi, Chirved, Veda and all. So when it's coming, the Hayagriva demon just took it and he went in deep inside the ocean. And then what happened? The Lord came in form of fish incarnation, killed the demon and took back the Vedas. That's it. That's the first 2-3 slides we have put that how the Lord has come just in the Vedas. You can see. So the Lord incarnation fish happened when Brahma lost the Vedas and was stolen by an asura called Hayagriva, who lived at the bottom of the ocean. So since only a fish can go there, the Krishna took in the form of that. And at the end of Brahma's day, when Brahma felt sleepy, decided to lie down, the Vedas were emanating from his mouth, and great demon Hayagriva stole the Vedic knowledge. And then, understanding the act of great demon Hayagriva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, is full of opulences in the form of a fish, saved the Vedas by killing the demon. Okay, that's it. That's just a small incarnation. What happened? That's a small pastime, and the real pastime happened is to King Satyavrata. Okay, how the Lord saved him from Pralaya and gave him transcendental knowledge. So this is about Matsya incarnation, Keshavadrida, Matsya Sharira, Jaya Jagadisha. Okay, that's why when people argue, we show this Dashavatar Sutra. It's not like the Lord have only 10 incarnations. No. 10 incarnations are the main incarnation in the Dashavatar. The Keshavadrida, Meena Sharira, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. But Srimad Bhagavatam explains about 24 incarnations. But actually, how many incarnations are there in the law of the Lord? Does anyone know? What's the exact number? Some say 10 because of the Dashavatar. Some say 24. Sarbani Mataji? 9. Yes, Mataji, I can't hear you. Hare Krishna. I can't hear you, Mataji. Rachita Mataji, can you hear her?
No, Mataji.
Can you check your audio?
I've unmuted Sarbani Mataji.
No, she's unmuted, but I can't hear her. Please put in the chat, Mataji. I can't hear you.
Okay.
So how many incarnations are total? Some are saying 10 because of Dashavatar. In Bhagavatam, it says 24. What's the right amount? Number? Who's this? Sapita Mataji got it right. That's the right answer. Ekman Rao Prabhu got it right.
Thank you, Mad.
Mataji, how
Yeah.
many?
Innumerable. You can't count.
Infinite.
Infinite, yeah, infinite. See, the example given is if you take the waves of the ocean, the waves keep coming. You just look at the ocean, it keeps coming. Come, it goes. It come, it goes. Can you count the waves? No, you really can't count. So how many waves are coming? So similarly, Krishna takes incarnation every moment. He can take incarnations. Might be it's not happening in this planet, somewhere else in the planet. It's not recorded in the histories, but it has given in the Shastras. It has to be in the Shastras. But Bhagavatam could explain only 24. It said Ananta Shesh with 1,000 hooves. And he is explaining the glories of the Lord. He can't finish talking. With one tongue, how much can we talk about the Lord's glories? So it's unlimited. You can't count Krishna's incarnation. So much is there and so much to know about him. He's unlimited. Achintya. Krishna is Achintya. Is above, he's inconceivable to the normal human brain to understand, right? So Krishna is Achintya and his incarnations are unlimited. His pastimes are unlimited and it's never Yavanancha. He's always fresh. How many times you hear the Matsya incarnations, you feel it's new, right? That's transcendental. The nature of the spiritual world is transcendental. Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. So any questions? Oh, yeah, Mataji, what?
Mataji, Hare Krishna once again. So actually, but I'm still getting confused. What is the difference between Krishna and Vishnu? So some people say Vishnu is important, some say Krishna is important. So who is important?
Krishna is avatari. Krishna is Swayam avatari. Om Purnamata Purnamitam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Krishna is Purna, the complete whole. Krishna is avatari. Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasa Bridya. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, why did Krishna come in the universal form and show to Arjuna universal form, then came to 400 form, then came to 200 form, right? So Krishna says, this is my original form. Can you see the Golaga chart?
Mataji, your screen is not visible. It's saying it has. Yes, Mataji, now I can see.
So this is the Golaga chart and you can see who's on the top. So the Vishnu, you can see the 400 form is here in Vaikunta. Okay, you come here. This is our Earth. This is the earthly planet. This is the Garbhadaksha Vishnu lying in the Garbhadaksha ocean, the 14th planetary system. That's the material world. And you come out There's Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, the Lord is formed in the four-handed form. You can see the Vishnu form. Vishnu and the Lakshmi Narayan is there. But above that is Goloka, where Krishna is in the two-handed form with Radharani. So this is the highest abode called Goloka Vrindavan. That's one reason. Next reason, you go to the side of Goloka chart and you see the expansions of Krishna. I think I've already mentioned this once. So you can see here, this is Krishna Swayam Rupa, and Krishna expands. It's all the same. Just think that your dad is at work and your dad is at home. So if your father is at work, he is a boss in the company and you are just a servant there. But he comes home, he becomes your sweet father. So similarly, Vishnu is with love, raw and reverence. It's almost the same, only the bhav of worship is different. Krishna is a sweet form in Vrindavan. So Krishna is the original avatar. You can see the Swayam Rupa. It starts here. And he has the expansion first is the Balram. Balram expands first Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Sankarshna, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And then from Sankarshna comes Lord Narayan. And the second Chaturvyuha, Dvitiya Chaturvyuha, Vasudeva, Mahasankarshna, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. And from Mahasankarshna comes the Purusha avatar. That's the Kshirodakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and Karnadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. It's Kshirodakshay Vishnu who actually gives the incarnations as Leela Avatar, Guna Avatar, Shakti Avatar, Yuga Avatar, Manvantara Avatar, all that. That's why we think it's Vishnu who is actually expanding, but it's actually coming from Krishna. He is Swayam Bhagavan, Mataji. He is Avatari. He is the source. Expansion is all the Vishnu. Understood? Yes. That's why it's almost same. It's almost same in the sense Vishnu is like your father at office, Krishna is like your father at home. That's it. That's the difference. But when it comes to the bhav and the worship, it's in Madhurya Ras. Krishna is in the sweet Madhurya Ras in Braja in Vrindavan, and Vishnu is in Vaikuntha with the four-handed form with lot of Aishwarya bhav there. But Sakhya Ras, Valsalya and Madhurya is possible only with Krishna because he is Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna is Bhagavan Swayam. He's Avatari. That's the difference. Okay?
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so any other questions? Yeah, Sabita Mataji, there's actually the Lord also came as form of a Hayagriva. Yeah, with the horse, horse incarnation of the Lord. That's also called as Hayagriva, and there's also a demon called Hayagriva. Okay, that's different actually. The Lord also came in form of Hayagriva. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Shastra sometimes confuses. You're like, there also, this also, and you keep reading Bhagavatam, you understand. And Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavatam is like nectar. You can all join the Bhagavatam sessions at 5:45 a.m. And also we have at 8 a.m. by Namanishta Prabhu. So you can attend Bhagavatam sessions. And 8:15 p.m. every day you have Chaitanya Charitamrita class by Namanishta Prabhu. Wonderful class. Many of the devotees are attending. It's to know about the history of Lord Chaitanya. It's not easy to know about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga. So please attend that session so that every day morning you start your day with Japa session. You come at 4:30 a.m. attend Mangalarti, then 5 a.m. the Japa starts. By 7 o'clock, 7:30 you're done. Your 16 rounds if you're chanting, you're done with it. And you feel so fresh and relaxed. Only thing is you need to plan your day. You need to sleep early, have your dinner early. And then what happens? You can get up early at 4:30. You get up, attend Mangalarti, then you do your rounds, and you feel so happy that day. You feel like the whole day you have a lot of time. If the chanting is not done early morning, the whole day it's like you don't feel to chant, and your mind is occupied with so many things that you can't have nice quality japa. But early morning, your mind is fresh, and everyone else in the house is sleeping. You just get up and finish your rounds. No, it's very nice to chant in the morning, Brahma Muhurtam. Naturally, it's Shuddha Sattvagun in the atmosphere, and you get that, you develop that habit to get up. It's winter time, but still try to do it. It's tapasya if you do that. And then you can, 5:45 a.m., you can attend the Bhagavatam class if you like, or see the recordings. And then evening, just attend Chaitanya Charitamrita class. And once in a while, come for your regular classes. Okay, so we started Matsya. Next week, we'll do Kurma. Then Varaha, we'll just go like that, Narasimha. And then once you finish the Dashavatar, then you have finished one module. So those who have finished Vaishnava Culture Course and Dashavatar, okay, we don't need to inform us. Once it's over, we'll give you the certificates. Then you go to the next level. Okay. So are we done? Any more questions or can we close?
Mataji, what about level 4 classes?
Level 4.
Yeah.
Sri Lakshmi Mataji is taking, no?
Okay, but okay, I got the notification as such, registration form for level 4.
You filled the registration form?
No, Mataji.
You need to have your level 3 certificate now before that.
I don't have level 3 either.
You have to do level 3. You can
I've done,
message.
I finished level 3, Mataji. I haven't got it. By Ratna Mataji.
By Ratna Mataji. Oh, you please contact her. She has to give the certificate. She can contact the admins and give the certificate. So
Okay.
once you get it, and then you already in Bhakti Shastri, no?
Yes, Mataji, just asking because I directly came from
Contact her. She can help you. Okay. Now, Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. I hope all of you fill the attendance form. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna. So next week we'll see about Kurma. Anchakalpatarubhasya kripasindhave vachapatitana pavaneva vaishnavedana manaman kodi vaishnavi ki jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.